I rarely violate it. Because I have so many candidates, I never wear campaign pins. If you can imagine, I would look like quite the scene if I had all my candidates. The last one I wore was for Hillary Clinton. Until tonight, I'm wearing one for you.
First time, and you see a room filled with so many friends, family, and supporters. And there's a good reason for that, because Sid Nathan is our rising star. If we want to look at the future of the town of North Hempstead Democrats, this is the young man we're looking at. I'm part of the Sid Nation fan club, and I know everybody here is.
There's something very exciting going on with Sid Nathan. We're lucky, we're fortunate that we've got a person like this who's decided to dedicate himself to public service. He's got so much energy, he's got so much drive, he's so smart, he's so handsome. I think Sid Nathan's going to win this race. What do you think? Yeah! I've been given a great honor tonight to introduce our special guest, who we are so grateful for you to be here. She is an inspiration to all of us, but especially to our Asian American community and to all the immigrants in our country and working mothers. Please join me in welcoming the host and face of the Emmy-winning Top Chef, which airs tonight at 10 p.m. Please join me in greeting Padma Lakshmi.
I've known Sid for a really long time, since he was in utero, in fact. I'm very proud of my cousin for that. It's a very moving moment, not only for me personally, but the evolution of where we are as a culture. So I thank you for being here very much. You want someone smart to represent you, whether it's in Washington or in your town council or wherever, because you don't want someone who's just going to do what you want. You're going to want someone who tells you things you haven't thought about and find new solutions that the community hasn't been able to come up with yet. And that's what you want. You want someone young, you want someone passionate, you want someone that wants to serve you. His natural wish to serve his neighbor, to serve his fellow man, and get involved. We always complain that nobody gets involved. Here's a young person from our community who's going to be involved. And it's a great thing that we have this kind of representation in Sid. And as a member of his family, as part of the very large collection of people who love him and who have helped raise him, I give you my word that I will make sure that if you elect Sid, that I will make sure he earns your vote every single day he's in office, and everyone in my family will do the same. Thank you.
Energy and work ethic is often what defines a great public official. The moment you lose that vigor, that energy, that zeal, constituents know. They feel it. I was fortunate, as many of you know, to help advance the programs and policies of one of the most intense and energetic administrations around, the Cayman administration. It is here I learned that there is nothing more important, and I mean nothing, than a local community official that relishes being involved in local community issues, whose mindset is to navigate through the thick and thin to find an answer, whose intensity created programs that are now national models. Project Independence. We need to clap for Project Independence. Public works projects that are featured on nationwide magazines, and America's first suburban 311 call center. It took hard work to achieve those results. Residents in District 3 are a hard-working group of folks. They deserve a councilman that works just as hard. Someone who is engaged in the daily dialogue, who is focused on a plan for our future, who has a finger on the pulse of the community. Intensity and energy is what I knew then. It's who I am now. And energy is what I'll bring as your next town councilman. Now second, we need a leader who will propose and has the vision of a 21st century local government. My proposal. Many of you have cell phones in your pockets, maybe cell phones in your purse. The idea is to modernize government. My proposal, to introduce smartphone applications that connect to our 311 call center. So now, any and every resident can use the power and technology of their phone to receive the power and services of their government. My proposal, to introduce North Hempstead web-based applications, so that any time of day, 24/7, 365, you can access each department of our town. Residents shouldn't have to travel to services. We need to work harder to have services travel to our residents. A strong vision for our future requires a creative leader. A local example, Hillside and Herrick's Road. On first glance, the only real downtown we have in that area. But on second glance, an abandoned gas station, vacant areas, overgrowth, windows, on boards on the windows. We can do better than that. As a board member of the North Hempstead Community Development Agency, I don't look at that and throw my hands up and walk away. I look at that as opportunity to work with our local business owners, to work with our government partners, to work with our next county executive, Tom Swazi, to rebuild our downtowns. We can do that. We can do that here with streetscape improvements. New street lamps and planters. We can make that a walkable downtown. We just need a leader to propose the new ideas, to organize the community vision meetings, and to rally our community. Sound ideas are what I knew then, they are what inform me now, and sound ideas are what I'll bring as your next town councilman. Now finally, third, we need to turn this campaign from off to on, because we need a leader who has an unrivaled passion for public service. My passion started and resulted, for better or worse, in sleepless nights at town hall. They've resulted on sleepless nights on this campaign. It's not easy. Thousands, and I mean thousands, of doors knocked. Hundreds of phone calls, event after event after event. But I've always found something deep in me to make me work a little harder, to make me work a little longer. That something is love of community. That something is love of country. I am proud to live in a country that opened up its arms and opened up its heart for my parents, for my cousin, to allow them to thrive in their career opportunities. And now I'm tapping into a pillar of our democracy. Public service and active citizenship. That's where my passion comes from. Love of country. The very fact that an immigrant story can help to further the proud history and values of a country that they now call home. Williston Park, Mineola, Garden City Park, New Hyde Park, 60,000 strong. They are familiar with this story. It is an American story. Will you help me continue our story? Yeah. Will you help me continue? And if we do that, if we rally as a room, if we rally as a community, let me break the news. We are going to win this election.